Control access Q&A.
So, quickfire quiz. First question. Guilty pleasure.
Alright, yeah, so this is what the celebs always get asked this, and it's like, they'll always answer like, because originally it was like music. It was always like, what's your guilty pleasures as a music? And people would always say like, I don't know, like REO Speedwagon, or like some kind of cheap Michael Bolton. But I mean, you shouldn't be guilty. You shouldn't feel guilty about any music. But a guilty pleasure, and the real guilty pleasures, I mean, people are always saying like chocolate or wine, or staying or sleeping in or something. But you know, it's just, if you're a man, the more than likely, highest percentage generally, it's just porn, isn't it? But no one's ever going to say that. No, it's not celeb. You'd never get any celeb saying that, really. But yeah, that's all it is.
Where's home?
Yeah, so no, it's like, I don't really believe so everything humans are so awkward everywhere they are. There's no real true home. We're just trying to get along, I think, unfortunately.
What would be your career plan B if you couldn't do this?
It was always suicide. But you got to be very brave. You got to be a very brave soul to do suicide. Unfortunately, I'm just too chicken. So yeah, that's all it was really.
Who would play you in a movie of your life?
Well, when I was younger, people said I looked a cross between Tom Cruise and Kurt Cobain when I was like 13 or 14. But I don't really look like that anymore, unfortunately. Nowadays, it's got to be more like I don't know, Ross Kemp, or someone of the rounder variety. So yeah, something like that.
What's your biggest bugbear?
Oh, I mean, the one that hits me all the time is just people, I guess. Too many people.
And what's your earliest childhood memory?
That's a good, yeah. It's hard to. My friend said he knew when he came out. He knew exactly how he was when he went down and he came out with his mum. He said he remembered it. He remembered falling out. He remembered seeing the doctors and the nurses, and he reckoned he had a recall of it all. You know, most people are like 2 or 3 years old before the recorder starts. He reckoned he knew it from when he came out. He was like, "Oh yeah, here we are. What's going on?" He remembered it. But no, mine is like the carpet, I think, when I was just crawling around for my ball or something when I was 2 or 3. Like a nasty carpet, like a multicoloured, sickly coloured carpet.
What's your best quality?
Bloody hell. I don't know, really. I'm not too much of a cunt. That's probably. I'm just not too much of a cunt, yeah.
And what's your worst quality?
Not very attractive. You know, in terms of like, you know, ideas and everything, really.
What would be your last meal on earth?
That's mad one, isn't it? Bloody hell. My favourite meal is like marzipan, just a huge block of marzipan. I could live with a marzipan every day. Supposedly you can, because there's a lot of protein in marzipan. And if I was on a desert island and all I had was like blocks of marzipan shipped over, that'd probably do me. I'd be alright.
Who would be your dream dinner party guests?
Oh yeah, they always have like
The classic question.
Yeah, it's always like Muhammad Ali, isn't it? Someone. I'd want Hitler. I mean, it's, you know, if I could understand him, I'd have to be able to understand him. But you'd want people who, like, you know, people don't really know. Like, how famous is Hitler? Hitler is the biggest star of the 20th century. People can't deny how many like books have been written about him. Television programs. It's like, it's always Hitler. And yeah, so like, I don't know, the guys who like a bit like haven't been really represented truly, I think. So like Hitler or Osama bin Laden. Oh yeah, kind of them really. But mainly Hitler, I guess.
What advice would you give to your teenage self?
Oh yeah, people always say they're like now they're wiser, but they're not. The thing is, you might know what you should have done then, but when you go back to being you, then you'll do the same thing because you're you. You can't stop being you, unfortunately. So unfortunately, I tell myself just buckle up, just like get ready for what's going to come, because You're you. I'm you, and it's just you're one person. So you can't really change who you are, unfortunately.
Cat or dog?
Neither. They're just slaves. I feel sorry for both of them. I don't like cats though, I suppose, because their nature. It's not their fault that they're killers. But yeah, so I guess dog.
What do you see when you look in the mirror?
God, just ugliness, I suppose. And it could be a good dick day or a bad dick day, but you don't know. Yeah.
On a day off, where would we find you?
Just at home, I suppose. Just between wanks, I suppose. Some part of the day.
Starstruck moment.
I did see Paul Daniels once. He was tiny. I just laughed for the whole time. He was so little, so couldn't believe it. He was like a huge star, wasn't he? But yeah, I haven't seen many famous people really. Don't think I'm bothered really. I'd rather see beautiful women. I think they would give me more of an effect than some kind of massive star.
What was your big break?
Never had one. I'm like most people, good for nothing.
Career highlights.
Oh no, this is when we played, we had a band at the end of school that we were called Darren and the Dweebs. What the name does that. We were called something else. I can't remember what we were called, but all the Thomas named us Darren and the Dweebs, and we were on Fake That were on first, and these are kind of popular guys in the year, and I thought we were going to get tortured, and everyone was like, oh, Fake That are going to be amazing, but Fake That were kind of crap. And when we went on, we got a rapturous applause, and we did our first song, and it was an original song, and everyone loved it. But then we did the second song was shit, and I was playing drums, and the cymbal fell over. But for that one moment, it was a real moment. It was amazing. It was like magic.
Favorite tipple?
I can't drink. I've got a problem with alcohol.
Top of your bucket list?
Oh yeah. I mean, do things before you die. You want to do everything. No. Probably. I'm not sure really. Maybe Ariana Grande or something.
Secret skill?
Secret skill. Yeah, I don't have any. I'm like most people, useless.
One thing that would make your life better?
Money. Because it gives you options. It might not give you happiness, but it's just options, isn't it? Everyone's a lottery winner. Everyone who's famous they're lottery winners, regardless of talent. Talent's like luck. So yeah, money.
Philosophy?
You can't change yourself. Just I don't know. Deal with it, I guess. Unfortunately.
Biggest lesson you have learnt about money?
I haven't had enough, I suppose. It's just everyone knows money gives you options. I mean, I can't. People say, "Oh, you've got too much money. You don't know what to do with it." But you don't have to do anything with money. That's the thing about money. You just let it sit.
Last film that made you cry?
Never. But there's a documentary called "The Boy Whose Skin Fell Off," and it was really sad because he was telling it he was dead, but he was narrating it, and he was this little Geordie guy, a tiny little lead. It was really sad.
Where would you time travel to?
Yeah. First humans. See what it was like. See what the actual setup was. That'd be quite interesting.
Most extravagant purchase?
I once bought a waistcoat and about 60 quid. Never. It was a woolly waistcoat. There was a woolly waistcoat fashion for a while. Never wore it. Stupid fucking purchase.
Best present you ever received?
Oh, I think. Well, there's three. There's the computer. There's the bike. I think I don't have it. I was going to say there's a third classic one, but it's the bike, I guess, because you get to move around a lot on a bike. Driving cars awful. It's so stressful. But the bike was great. like a mountain bike or a BMX. Yeah, BMX actually. Yeah.
Biggest fear?
Death. I mean, like the process of like getting to death. I think death would probably be alright. It's just the process of getting to death. It's hard to imagine. So, I mean, so many awful ways to die.
Celebrity crush?
Generally don't like celebrities. They don't have, the boobs aren't big enough. Generally. Claire Sweeney's quite nice, but she's had a day now.
And finally, happiness is... ...
I don't know. It's a hard one. Yeah, is some, could be something. Happiness could be something, but who knows? It's, I don't know. Happiness is like a strange thing, really. I don't think anyone knows.